Hi, my name is Abel. I'm a core contributor at Pulse. At Pulse, we build a social fi app that is meant to integrate trading experiences that you know today in DeFi and on centralized exchanges. So with social fi, I tend to think about social finance as today most of the social fi apps incorporated social capital or capitalize on social capital, but we're trying to incorporate more of actual trading experiences, and that's what I tend to think about SocialFi. But our main goal with Pulse is to become a decentralized social media platform. So I'll be talking about our tech as well a little bit later on. I think this is for me, yeah. Yeah, we have a live app already, so if you want to download it, it's going to be up on the end of the discussion as well. But I truly believe that SocialFi is at its 0 to 1 innovation moment when it becomes, or when we put it into comparison with DeFi. So I think there's a lot of interesting things happening, and we'll jump into the problems today with Web2 platforms, Web2 social media platforms. So probably everyone is familiar with Telegram and the arrest of Pavel Durov in France, of all places. So we have, I mean, they didn't do content moderation and they don't have end-to-end encrypted messages, which is in itself is a problem, but there's a lot more to it, because if Telegram were a decentralized platform, or at least have decentralized data storage, then the founder wouldn't have had the issue that he had recently. So generally the problems, and I hope you guys can see it as well, is centralized control. So there's one entity that has data ownership and also decision ownership above all the content that you have on a on a Web2 social platform. Unfair profit distribution, mostly the owners get the most profit, not the ones that interact, right? Because today, sure, you can create content, but content creation is everything from writing an article or a post, which you can get a piece of the profit or the revenue of the platform. Then we have data lock-in. That is the fact that you have fragmented identities across all the social apps, right? So if we think about the fact that maybe you're on Instagram or you're on Telegram, like all of these, and whenever the app asks you to allow the fact that you can share your data across apps, they try to get or buy data from one another, but you're creating your fragmented identities where we don't really have a sort of a federated system that is quite important if you want to build your reputation and your identity. And reputation in DeFi, in my opinion, is going to be super important. So to bring in, and we just heard Chronicle, to bring in private credit on-chain or credit markets on-chain, I think reputation is going to be a key element, and we build that through a social reputation, in my opinion. And then eventually closed ecosystem, yeah, I mean the fact that you're not able to sort of interact with a variety of protocols. I mean, sure, Telegram mini apps have worked quite well, in my opinion, and I do see a lot of potentials for on-chain in that aspect, but I think it's quite limited to what you can do there. So when we talk about the demand for Web3 and also trying to, approach this from a Web2 mindset, we would think about true ownership, right? The fact that, and I do believe that there's this new mantra in town, which is not your keys, not your coins, which everyone heard here in the audience. It could be related to, or sort of converged into, not your keys, not your data. So I think that's also, a lot of people are realizing that, of course, we always, and in the cypherpunk community, I think a lot of people know that privacy is an issue, and the normies talk about privacy being an issue as well, but not many actually take action. I think, this is going to be changing in the next, let's say, decade. And asset realization, which means that you can own a part of the app by having a share in the stock world or having a token. But let's say in TikTok you can create your own TikTok shop, right? You're able to capture some of the revenue that you have within the platform. So something that we're doing with Pulse is the fact that you're going to be able to create your own NFTs for the group, but also your own coins. So I know that many people think that meme coins or coins in general are a net negative to the space. I somewhat agree with that, but I do think that the entire blockchains in general are a blank canvas, so we're able to build whatever we have in mind, and that's the idea with asset realization, that you're able to capture more volume or more revenue as well within the platform's growth. Then we have open and interoperable identity systems. This is what I mentioned previously, the fact that you have a federated system. So just to put it into comparison, when you send an email from Gmail to Outlook, you don't really care about the protocol itself. The idea here is similar. The fact that you're going to be able to interact with one protocol, which is your own identity and reputation, which you tend to do today as well. And then we have scalable ecosystems. The fact that today you need to trust the fact that Facebook or whatever app owns and take cares of your data, but to build resilient networks, we need to make sure that no one single entity can hack or enter the system, right? So this means that, just to put it into SocialFi texture, the content can be moderated. The moderators can't be bribed to moderate the specific content, and feed is essentially also resilient to moderators. A little bit about the market landscape. SocialFi has grown quite large, actually. We have 8.7 million users. Of course, a lot of this might be bots or other accounts, but the highlight here is the 550K active users. Valuations are across the roof, with Farcaster having closed 150 million and having a billion valuation. And the reason, and later on you'll understand the trading experiences that Pulse offers, but I included the centralized exchange and DEX volumes here as well, where we have had 250% volume increase since last October to May, because these slides are a little bit outdated. Okay, what is Pulse? We're a decentralized hub for traders, essentially creating a real yield protocol. Who here is familiar with Frentech? Some people? Okay, yeah, I see some hands in the audience. So in Frentech, you basically were able to trade keys or shares of one person, right? So let's say a celebrity joined, you were able to sort of bet on the fact that that celebrity will increase in social capital. And based on the trading of the keys, the influencer or whoever joined was earning revenue as well. Now, with Pulse, it's really just the fact that people trade from within the app. You're able to make revenue, right? So it incorporates the fact that someone sees a ticker and sends a market buy or market sell order, and then you're going to be able to get a fraction of those fees that is generated within the protocol. So the first and foremost thing is the fact that it's going to be a decentralized, community-driven social trading platform. This means that eventually 65% of the protocol will go to the community members, right? So today, the way Pulse works is that we have a point system. You join, you do certain actions, and you're going to be able to earn points, which in the future most likely will convert into tokens. We have democratized information for investing. So most of the platforms today, YouTube, X, and the other platforms that host most of the crypto conversations, do a good job in accommodating what we need in crypto, but they're not crypto native. So technically, they could turn against crypto at any point. Some of you might have heard about MakeNow.meme. It was a platform, or within Twitter, you could tag the MakeNow.meme account and then add a ticker. So let's say MakeNow.meme, ticker ETHMilan, and we just launched the coin, right? So X banned the account and didn't allow it to operate as it was. And maybe some of you heard about Solana Blinks as well. They had issues as well, or like, it's not that easy to actually create a Blink because it's limited by X. So this is what I mean by actually democratizing information and generally access to investing and activity. And then eventually we have internet-based access to markets. What this means is that whenever you see a ticker or a contract address, generally, what do you do today? Oh, yeah, I'm going to copy paste it, try to figure out where do I have access to that token. That might be a centralized exchange or a DEX. Within the platform, we have aggregated liquidity. So that means that you take the ticker, or you just click on the ticker, and you're going to be able to market buy, market sell, and that's it, right? So it routes to the best execution price that is within the platform. All right, key features. Yeah, I talked about the combined DEXs that we have on the platform. Built for the community. This is also what I mentioned, 65% of the tokens go to the community members. New assets discovery. So communities can create NFTs. Today, you join Pulse and you're able to join a group, but soon enough we're going to introduce features where you connect your wallet based on your tokens that you own or based on your net worth. You're going to be able to join token-gated or network gated communities, and within these communities you can chat, openly chat, right? It works. So if to put it into comparison, I would say that it's a merge between X, Telegram in a decentralized version where it has a feed, so you're able to post and read those posts. Today, I think the content is quite quality, but of course, as with any social platform, you need to make sure that the algorithm is correct, right? Because on X, if you watch a political content about Trump, you're going to just see that all day. So that's also something that we're trying to fine-tune as much as possible. But back to the fact that you have the feed and you have the group that you join. In the group, you're able to chat with other people, right? And you're able to do that in a transparent way, right? Someone says that, this is the amount of tokens I bought. You're going to be able to check that with or through their wallet within the app. So it's a transparent way of communication. And for any normie, right? Most of the people here probably have quite a few years of experience. But for the normies, when you join crypto, you don't really even know where to start, right? So if you download this app, you're going to be able to see that this is the groups, this is the beginner, this is the more advanced, and so on. And you're going to be able to join the group and discuss within. Yeah, but sorry, I got a little bit segued. So new assets discovery. So basically, you launch an NFT within the community. You're going to be able to do that, and on top of the NFTs, tokens as well with the 404 standard. And eventually, validators of social networks. So I'll go into the details as to what the tech is behind Pulse.social, but you're going to be able to launch your own validator. With the proof of stake system that we have. That means that you can stake your tokens and be a part of validating the network. Okay, yeah, so initially with Pulse.social, we've thought a lot about how to build it, or do we build it on Base and other networks. So right now, I would say that Pulse is Web 2.5, where the data storage is currently off-chain. But right now, because we've seen the limitations of a lot of L2s, we've decided to build our own L2. And I know one more L2, but if you think about chains in a way where they're specific to use cases, this is the way we thought about the chain that we're building as well, which will be launched in Q4. So the reason we built the chain is the fact that we're planning to build a chain for social apps specifically. And you'll see that there's a lot of congestion maybe on Base with other apps, so you need to compete for gas fees, which also skews the way users interact with the protocol. But also data storage and data availability is a big issue that we've encountered. I mean, generally the data availability solutions, if anyone worked with those, cost a lot. So we've built our chain with Polygon CDK, with the Valenium. So every time there's a data posted, or let's say you post the content on the SocialFi app, it will send a validated proof to mainnet. So that's the essentials of the system that we built. And with that said, we're planning to bring on more social apps and create this federated system where you build one identity which you can take wherever you want within the EVM space. Yeah, cost efficient and secure. Account abstraction at this point, I think most of the apps have to take that as the baseline. So this means that you have multi-recovery systems and also gasless transactions. So basically in the beginning, you have a delegation toolkit. So you join and you allow the the signature for the session keys. And then from there on out, you interact with it as any other social app. Some might remember Lens in the early times, Lens protocol. They had a really clunky UX where you had to sign every single thing that you did on Lens. Now that has changed as well. Yeah. Liquidity enhancement, yeah, ERC-404. So this is the, some people might know in March it really kicked off with Pandora, but then died out a little bit. So this is the way where you can launch your own token on top of the NFT. So within the communities of Pulse, and we have a variety of communities, right? So mostly trading, but also in the summer for the World Championships and Olympics, we've seen a lot of sports-related communities pop up. And for them, it was quite useful to be able to create your own NFT and launch a token on top of the NFT. So it became a little bit gamified experience. So it became a fun experience being on the social app, essentially. All right, how it works, you have groups and users. Groups are chat-based access to net worth and token-based groups. And you have users who have their decentralized identity. And what else is important to mention here? Oh yeah, the casts, right? So you have allowance tipping every day. You get a certain amount of tokens, which is, points, which is 450 points. And you're able to interact with other people. And the platform sort of incentivizes you to tip other casts and other users, so that the way the algorithm looks at the posts or the feed is based on the interactions of other users. Ecosystem, yeah, we have a lot of sort of opinion leaders that have joined already, so that's partially our goal as well. That these opinion leaders who have communities bring their communities on Pulse and start interacting with one another there in a transparent way. So this has already started, and we're looking to have more people on board. A little bit about Pulse, yeah. We have an active user base of 100K plus. Maybe take off the active side here, because a lot of them tend to be bots, especially as you start out a protocol. That might be the case. But once you join Pulse, you're going to be able to mint your reputation score based on your DeFi activity historically. So we have around, I think, 15K wallets that have claimed that, which is actually, I think, a quite good number and benchmark, showing that, let's say, 15K is mostly active and wants to participate in the reputation creation that you can within Pulse. I don't know if this is working still, or if I'm pointing it to the right way. I think it's dead. Yeah. Okay, sure. Yes, yeah, we're incubated by Femex, the exchange. You might have heard Federico talk yesterday. We're really close with the TON Foundation as well. We have a mini app within Telegram also. We're working with TaskOn, so we have, within the point system, you could go on TaskOn and create or do the tasks that otherwise you find on the platform as well. And that's true for TaskOn as well. Sorry, for Queston. And I'll just go in here quickly. Yeah. We have actually Ben Armstrong, BitBoy, some people might know him. He created his own sort of fan token or tokens within his group, and he's seen a quite good increase of tokens. But yeah, that's the first actually. So right now, the fact that you can create NFTs and tokens will be launched quite soon. Sorry, quickly. All right, quickly roadmap. Do I still have time? Okay, yeah, sorry. All right, quickly the roadmap, and you could not think about the timeline too much, because again, this is a little bit outdated. What I wanted to mention here is that our testnet release for the chain and migrating the protocol to the chain will happen in Q3, which is till the end of the month. And from there on out, we're going to be organizing more hackathons or participating with other devs to create hackathons, and looking forward to have other protocols built on top of our chain. That could be DEXs as well, actually, because within the Pulse.social app, you're going to be able to market buy one ticker that might be on another chain as well. So you could think of Solana, and EVM is probably the best use case. So we're going to be in need of DEXs as well, and then eventually the timeline is a little bit going towards 2025, but there we might have the token coming up, and Pulse is going to be used as the gas and payment token. I think not many L2s use, yeah, thank you. L2s use their base token as gas. That might be Mantle maybe, but maybe you guys know better. So that's going to be the base user journey. All right, Pulse tokenomics, we have 65% going to the community. We'll have retroactive airdrops, so based on previous history, but we're going to have seasons as well, so multiple airdrops probably. And what is important to mention here, yeah, ecosystem 20%. So with our chain, we're incentivizing other protocols as well to build on the chain, as I mentioned, DEXs and other social apps mainly, because the chain is meant to create this federated reputation system for social apps. And then liquidity pool, that's gonna serve as the pool for DEXs and etc. All right, I think I'm finished here. This is the app. It's live already. If you want to scan it, yeah, thank you for your presence. Any questions? Great, thank you.